Been bringing you a series of stories for Domestic Violence Awareness Month, allowing survivors to speak their mind, going behind the scenes with police, and we even did a real-life experiment to see how people respond to domestic violence in public.
Now we want to show you the selfless people behind the movement to end family violence right here in San Antonio. KSAT 12's Courtney Friedman went to a volunteer training session at SAPD and shows us how they're learning about the survivors they help.
11 years ago, Deborah Lee was a victim of domestic violence.
I didn't have support. I didn't have or know anything about the resources outside of my community.
That's why she became a volunteer with SAPD's Family Assistance Crisis Team, or FACT. FACT volunteers direct survivors to life-saving resources, follow up with those survivors, and even ride along with officers to domestic violence calls. They go through hours of training, learning to see through the eyes of the abused.
We'll let you be law enforcement, okay?
In this training session, the ribbons represent a victim's connections to people in the community, co-workers, religious leaders, landlords, and, of course, the abuser.
You're lucky to have a man like Oliver.
As family and friends ignore signs of abuse, they drop the ribbons.
What do you say to your doctor?
I've been feeling stressed and kind of down lately.
You seem nervous and depressed. I'm sending you to a nutritional counselor since you appear to bruise easily.
Lori then says to her supervisor at work,
Oliver doesn't want me to work. He insists that I quit.
Lately, you've seemed distracted and not as productive, but this is between you and your husband.
In the end, the only ribbon left is held by the abuser.
now did anyone intentionally say, no, I'm not going to help you?
No.
But were people listening for clues or signs?
No.
FACT volunteer Jonathan Weaver has family and friends who were abuse victims and understands how isolation can be detrimental.
Just even saying a word or spending a little time or giving a little piece of advice, so everybody definitely plays a role.
He says abuse in our community is everyone's problem. Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.